Hi loves, welcome or welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, as you can tell by the title, is going to be my updated base makeup routine. I really hope that this video was informative for you guys. Like I said in the outro, well, like how I'm going to say in the outro and throughout the video, that I did not want to get too informative because I do plan on doing makeup classes in the future. So I didn't want to bore you guys with the, boring, information about contouring and highlighting and everything like that. This video was mainly just to update you guys on how I like to do my face routine and just a couple of techniques that I like to use and everything like that. So hopefully this video was helpful for you guys and you enjoy it. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. So I'm gonna go ahead and carve out my brows with my MAC Studio Finish Concealer and NC45. I wanted to start out with my brows already done because it's about the face makeup, not about the brows. I already have an eyebrow tutorial here on my channel, so if you guys would like to see that, nothing has really changed, so I'll go ahead and pull a little shameless plug and go ahead and link that video above if you guys would like to see how I do my eyebrows. But yeah, so like I said, today's main focus is on the face. So I'm gonna go ahead and carve out my brows like so. So this is something that I like to do with the NC45 concealer. If I'm not going in with any eyeshadow, I'll just take the remaining concealer and just blend it all the way down. And if I need more, I'll go ahead and do so. I'll just get some more, and then I will just basically blank out my whole entire eyelid. I like to do this just to give it a blank canvas, cancel out any darkness in my eyes. I'm sorry, I keep saying like, the hell is wrong with me? Oh, y'all know I barely do talk throughs, but yeah, so I'm just doing that, making sure it's nice and even. And this concealer is pretty thick, not in a bad way, but a little goes a long way. So you see I was able to just pick up just a little bit more and blank out every single thing on my lid and crease and everything like that. So yeah. So you want to make sure that your concealer is just nice and evenly distributed, and then we're going to go in with our sponge and just blend it out. Make sure, take all the excess moisture out of the concealer, and then we're going to go ahead and set it. Okay guys, so next I'm going to take my brush. I love this brush to set like my under eye and my powder on my lids. So it doesn't have like a name. I know the brand, I'll leave it on the screen, but I just don't know what this brush is called. So yeah, I think I got this off of Amazon in sets. I don't know if you guys ever noticed, but if you're not new to my channel, I barely say what brushes that I'm using just because I get my brushes in bulk, and usually when it comes in a set, it doesn't contain like a number or the name of the brush or anything like that. It just has the brand, so I'll just leave the brand on the screen. I'm gonna go into my Fenty powder. This is the Pro Filter setting powder, and mine is in the shade Honey. That's what it looks like. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and set my eyelids and everything like that. So when I do this, I like to take a small brush first and dip it in some powder and just really get up under my brow area. And of course for this part, you want a more detailed brush. That way you can avoid getting powder in your eyebrow. So you just want to get those creases out that may have and then just set it lightly. You don't do too much, just lightly set it. And do the same thing for the other eye. You miss me, but you are so down. You know that I'm here, I'm here. And yeah, so I don't know if you guys can tell, but my eyes look more awake. I don't know. I love doing this. It's such a huge difference. So now we're gonna move on to the face. So what I've been loving recently is the Fenty Pro Filter Primer. Like, oh my gosh, when I say this stuff is so good. I can definitely say when I first started out with makeup, I was not a believer in primer. I just thought that it was kind of like a gimmick. You know, it's just an extra, you know, unnecessary step for your makeup. But it honestly does make a difference. When I go in with primer, especially this one specifically, my makeup is just so much more smoother. It lasts a lot longer. It just gives a really nice layer of smoothness. And primers are very versatile. You can get primers for like oil control. You can get primers to fill in your pores. You can get hydrating primers. It's so many different primers out there. But I specifically like the one that can mattify and smooth out your face. So this is the perfect one. And like I said, it is mattifying, but it is not drying or anything like that. Like it doesn't have your makeup looking cakey or, you know, dried out or anything like that. So I really like this primer a lot. So since we went in with the Fenty Pro Filter Primer, it's only right that we go in with the foundation. I am in the shade 410. And yeah, this is what it looks like. If anybody wants to, you know, use me as a reference for your foundation shade if we're similar. So yeah, I'm gonna just take that on my Morphe M439 brush. I love this brush right here. So I used to use a beauty blender for my foundation, but I stopped doing that because I just really like a full coverage foundation. And not to say that a beauty blender can take away from it, but it does kind of soak up a little bit more of the product than a kabuki brush will. These kind of brushes, they just add a lot more coverage to your foundation application. So that's why I like to use this brush. If you are a full coverage girl like myself, then I highly suggest you get a brush that looks like this, that's really dense, because it will definitely add more coverage to your foundation application. So I like to just take my brush and apply the foundation. So when I'm applying my foundation, there's areas, just a couple of areas that I like to avoid, because you guys, I did say that I am a full coverage kind of girl, and I am, but it's just, I'm not a caked up kind of girl, which is nothing wrong with that. That's just not me. A lot of people will go in with their foundation, like under their eye area and everything like that. And I just don't feel like that's necessary, because I'm going to be putting concealer in those areas as well. Concealers, powders, and everything like that. So I just feel like it's no point. So I just avoid that area when I am applying my foundation. So now that I have the foundation on my face, I'm just gonna take my brush and blend it all out. I use a little bit of swiping motions, but I mostly pounce. That's what's going to really help you with the foundation application for like a more full coverage. But yeah, like I said, the pouncing, it works, but this is a kabuki brush. Either way, it's gonna be so much more coverage than if you were to use a sponge. For this part, I am going to use a sponge just because I don't want to get a lot of foundation on my headband, and I don't want to get in my eyebrow. And it's just a little, like, this brush is just a little too thick to begin in these kind of areas for real. So just make sure I got that all together. Okay. Okay, so now that we have everything blended out, we're gonna go ahead and move on to concealer. Okay, so what I've been loving for concealer lately is the MAC Cosmetics Studio Finish Concealer in the shade NC42. I do switch between NC42 and NC45. Sometimes I like to use both of them, so yeah, today I'm going to be using the 42 just because I want a really bright under eye today. I'm feeling it, so yeah. I'm gonna just take that on the same brush that I use to apply the foundation. And yes, so I'm basically going to put this concealer in all the high points of my face. So I'm gonna start out with my under eye area. And when I'm highlighting, I like to not go below the nose, and it's still kind of below the nose slightly, but it's not like all the way down here around my mouth area. I'm still keeping it kind of circular around this area. So now I'm moving on to the nose, and I like to do a thin line all the way up. Take that up just like that, and then blend out the sides. And the line doesn't have to be very straight. You're gonna blend it out anyway. And we're gonna contour the nose later on, so it doesn't have to be perfect. My upper lip area, and I already got the chin area as well. So I don't do too much when it comes to the highlighting and contouring part, but I still like to show you guys how I like to do it. So yeah, now that we're still on the concealer part, I can go ahead and tell you guys what I like to do. So especially with like creamy emollient concealers, I like to let the concealer kind of sit on my skin a little bit. That way it provides a little bit more coverage. Some is already like sunken into the skin, and then we can go ahead and blend it out when I feel like it's necessary to. Now I will be very careful because yes, this is a creamy product, but it does dry match. So you don't want to wait too long to blend it out, because if you do, it's going to be very patchy and it's just going to be really hard to blend. So yeah, I like to just wait, I will say a good 15 to 20 seconds, and then I'll go ahead and blend out my concealer. And I don't use a brush for my concealer. I like to use a sponge. So yeah, once this is like to my liking, as far as letting it set a little bit, I will go ahead and blend it out. You guys, so I'm gonna go back into my Fenty powder. Like I said, that powder is in the shade Honey. So when I kind of put some powder on the lid, and then I will go in with my brush and I will tap off all of the excess, like as much powder as I can. So I'll keep doing this until I see that it's barely any powder coming off the brush. Like, this is as good as it's gonna get. Okay, you see Now it's like barely any coming off. And then I'm gonna go in and set my under eye area. Baby, why you call me? Do you feel alone? I know that you miss me, but you are so down. You know that I'm here, come when you want. And y'all, I feel like when you get to this step of your makeup, you really start to like appreciate bronzer and contouring and stuff like that, because look at my face, like it looks so flat, it looks flawless, don't get me wrong, but it's still very flat. Like there's no definition to my face whatsoever. So I feel like it's very noticeable when you get to this step of your makeup of why like you should contour and bronze your face. So I'm gonna take my small brush to get like up in this tear duct area right here, and it kind of helps like brighten up the eyes a little bit, so I like doing this. You guys, so we're gonna go straight into bronzing the skin. So for bronzer, I like to use my NARS bronzer. This is in the shade, I don't even know how to pronounce this. I've been using this bronzer for years and I don't know how to pronounce it, but I'll leave it on the screen. Yeah, so just to explain, I don't know if you guys can tell on camera, but in person you can definitely tell that I depotted this. So I had two of these bronzers, but one kind of broke a little bit and the crumbles were still in the compact, so I just took all of that out that compact and put it in this one. I just put it all together. So yeah, it's still kind of drying down a little bit, but it'll be fine. Like I know I can still use it right now. So I'm going to take my Wet n Wild brush. It looks like this. I've had it for a long time, so I'm sure the name kind of wore off or something like that, but yeah, that's what that brush looks like. And I'm going to dip it into the bronzer. Oh my gosh, hopefully this works, y'all. Like it's still kind of crumbled a little bit. Okay, no, it's fine. Oh gosh, I love this bronzer so much. Like I have really nice like affordable bronzers as well that are really nice shades, but y'all, this one is perfect. This is my first love right here. My first bronzer that I've ever even tried, honestly. It's really nice. It's expensive as hell though. If I could like change the price of this product, I would. As much as I love this bronzer, I just don't understand why it's $40. I don't get that. But yeah, so I'm just bronzing up the skin. So let me just go ahead and break down the difference between bronzing and contouring. So like I said, after I had did my highlighting and setting my highlights and everything like that, I had explained how my face just looked so flat, and it kind of looked like it was one color. I mean, you could tell that my face was highlighted, but it still just looked like it was just one color. My face looked really flat. So the reason for bronzing is just to bring warmth and color back to your face, and also a little bit of definition, which that'll take me into my next point in contouring. So the difference between bronzer and contouring is the bronzer just adds more color and warmth back to your face, while contouring, it brings more structure and just more chiseled kind of areas. So yeah. So being that I don't have like a contour shade and then a bronzing shade, that's not really, I don't never really do that, to be honest. So what I would do is, to get that more chiseled look, because this is still like a bronze look, I like to go in with my brush. I'm trying to find it. Do I use this one or this one? So yeah, I like to go in with my brush. Any kind of shape like this, it really doesn't matter. Something that's kind of like, let's say like skinny on the sides, like this. This is like the perfect size. And I'll take some of that bronzer and I will like draw out a more defined line. So hopefully you guys could like tell. I can definitely tell in person like the difference. But that just gives me more of like a chiseled look. And then I will take some more and just go on the sides of my nose. I really love nose contouring. However, I'm not really strict on it. I don't really have like any you know, nice techniques to it, like any strategic techniques or anything like that. I just, you know, go down the sides of my nose, and I definitely see a difference in it. So I just do it like that, honestly. So yeah. So now for Shimmer Highlight, I'm gonna go into my Fenty Beauty Kilowatt Highlighter. This is in the shade Water Brat. Of course, I was gonna be drawn to this highlighter strictly from the name, but yeah, you guys, so it is this beautiful, gorgeous Barbie pink highlight. And like I said, yeah, I just said that it's Barbie pink, but it's very wearable. It definitely gives off like a silvery kind of shimmery finish. It doesn't pull like so much pink to where it's like not even wearable. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and apply the highlight. So you guys, I don't care if it's a high-end product or low-end, I always like to spray my brush when I'm applying my highlight. So I just go in with just any old random setting spray, and I'll spray it a couple of times, and I'll go in with the brush on the highlighter, and then I just apply the highlight. So hopefully you guys can see. Oh, y'all, oh my God, I cannot. So yes, I like to apply the high points of my cheeks, of course, bridge of the nose, tip of the nose, a little bit on the forehead just to give like a nice little glow. And then I'll go in on the other side as well. So honestly, you guys, I don't know if I said it in the intro or not. I probably should, because I don't think I'm gonna change my mind. I hope I don't change my mind by the time like I put my hair down and stuff. But I really don't want to wear lashes today. Like, I really wanted this main focus to be strictly on the base. And I know it's still a lot of people out here who don't know how to apply lashes. So that is going to be my next video, is how to apply false lashes. So yes, I'm gonna just go in with some mascara. I actually really like the look. I don't know if you guys noticed, but Aaliyah J does this all the time, where she'll like do her base makeup and not apply lashes. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Tammy Hembrow, but she I feel like she does the same thing as well. Like she'll do her base makeup, but she'll wear no lashes with like a nice matte lip. I just really like the look. So I'll apply some mascara, but I'm definitely going to just keep it at that. I just really wanted the main focus of today's video to just be on the base and how I like to do my base. So yeah, I am really happy with how this came out. So yeah, you guys, I feel like this was pretty fast. I really do. I feel like this was pretty fast. Like, I was trying to make this video like at least 20 minutes, but I highly doubt it's even gonna be this long. Maybe I won't like speed through it or something. I don't know. But yeah, being that this is like such a fast video, I really hope that I was informative for you guys. I didn't want to get too much in depth in the educational part of highlighting and contouring and foundation and everything like that, because I do plan on doing makeup classes in the future. So I don't want to give out too many tips, but this was mainly just showing you guys how I like to do my face routine and everything like that. So yeah, you guys, that's kind of why my last video, I did not want to include how I do my makeup, like my base makeup, because I wanted you guys to really see how I do it and some of my techniques and everything like that. So yeah, last but not least, we're just gonna go ahead and set the skin. This is not a high-end makeup setting spray, but it's really, really good. Like, oh gosh, when it comes to setting sprays, when I find something that I really like and it works well for me, I kind of don't really get anything else. But I will try some high-end setting sprays in the future. But yes, this is just a NYX matte setting spray, so I'm just gonna go ahead and spritz my face real quick. Just melts into the skin. Alright, you guys, so that is the end of today's video. I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video and you found it very informative for you. Like I said, I was kind of worried because I got through this really, really fast, like way faster than what I thought. So yeah, hopefully this video was definitely informative for you guys and you learned something new that will help you with your foundation routine. If you guys like this video, don't forget to comment and subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video.